Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. When is a strike not a strike?
When a state unemployment official rules it a company lockout. In Lock Haven, a state unemployment compensation referee says over 700 union workers who walked off their jobs 2 months ago at the International Paper Company plant are eligible for unemployment benefits. Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci says the decision comes as a shock to the company and as relief to the union.
For 2 months, they've gotten only $55 a week strike pay. Now a labor referee has ruled that these picketers are entitled to up to $228 a week unemployment compensation.
Well, it's relief. It's relief to the point where I can start living again as a human being.
The reason for the unemployment pay, at the outset of the strike, the union is said to have informally offered to work under the old contract while a new one was negotiated. The company was allegedly unreceptive to the work offer. As a result, next week, strikers will get up to $1,600 in overdue unemployment benefits.
We're completely elated on it. Our people were holding strong at $55 a week, and this makes them hold even stronger at this time.
A company official declined an on-camera interview, but said by phone he can't believe the labor referee's ruling. John White says this is a strike, not a lockout, and he says the company will appeal. Meanwhile, the company says 340 replacement workers have crossed picket lines and are running hammer mill at 60% of capacity. Union members call the replacements scabs and are hanging and burying the replacements in effigy.
We're going to preserve our union no matter what. And these are super scabs that betrayed us and tried to put our union down.
The union vows the replacements themselves will be replaced when a settlement to the strike is reached. New negotiations are slated for September. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, Lock Haven.
Governor Casey pledged today to get more state money to protect people from floodwater in Lackawanna County. Casey spent 4 hours today talking to flood victims and local officials about their problems. Newswatch 16's Bob Reynolds was with the governor for most of this day.
Okay. Governor, the first time we had a good governor come down here to see the problems we had.
Some of the hands Governor Casey shook were the hands of people who shoveled flood debris from their homes in 1985 after the Hurricane Gloria flood.
And I think today is the signal of something big and something good, and something's going to be done about it.
We're going to put our backs into it, and we're going to get some protection for these people.
Officials say millions of dollars has been spent already on flood control projects such as this one here in Blakely. But officials say a lot more has to be done over the next 10 to 30 years to make sure that residents stay dry in other areas.
This is really the first step of a long process, and I hope that it continues every year.
Those who organize the governor's trip say it's not a public relations ploy, but a sincere effort to have the state's top man see the flooding problems firsthand. This woman helped convince Governor Casey to tour the area. She expressed her concerns to Governor Casey's wife, a longtime friend. Yes, it pays to have friends in high places,
I guess it does. Wonderful. Yes, lovely.
State officials admit that other tours of the flood-prone areas prior to Governor Casey taking office didn't really accomplish much. But those officials say with Casey's commitment for more money, the people who have seen their lives turned upside down may start breathing easier knowing that someone at the top cares. Bob Reynolds, Newswatch 16, Lackawanna County.
The governor asked for help for drought-stricken farmers.
And water restrictions are in effect in Jim Thorpe. These are some of the stories in tonight's Pennsylvania in a Minute. Governor Casey has asked the federal government for disaster relief for farmers in 7 drought-stricken counties in Pennsylvania. One of those is Schuylkill County. The governor estimates the total crop loss in our state at more than $43 million.
Jim Thorpe Borough Council has imposed water restrictions on the east side of that Carbon County community. The Germantown Reservoir has been shut down, and the east side is being served by 2 wells. People are told not to use water on lawns, to fill swimming pools, or to wash cars.
And that Interstate 81 traveler's headache in Luzerne County should be all cleared up this weekend. To mark the end of the reconstruction, Governor Casey today cut the ribbon on the I-81 stretch. That is Pennsylvania in a minute.
When Newswatch 16 continues, a Health Watch 16 report about a new study into toxic shock syndrome.
Plus, we'll join in the fun and celebration in Due Shore next.
At Stroud's, you know us for a lot. Our jewelry and our watches. You know us for small appliances and our luggage. And now, you'll know us for our incredibly low prices on AT&T phones. This week at Stroud's, this cordless 5200 is just $119.88. And this AT&T Answering System 1310 is just $69.88. So now you know us for all these and all these. AT&T phones on sale this week at Stroud's.
Celebrating a tradition of family savings on our 30th anniversary.
There's a tradition of savings at Hills, like Wrangler jeans for men and boys. Hills has a gigantic selection, one of the biggest around. And Wrangler jeans for men and boys are discounted 25 to 30% every single day at Hills.
We're a different kind of department store. You ought to be shopping Hills.
The Sullivan County community of Dew Shore owns a borough building. That may not sound out of the ordinary, but for a town that never before owned a borough building, it's a big deal. It's an old plumbing and heating warehouse across from the fire hall. Dew Shore has not had a municipal building for 10 years. The borough office is in a renovated home on Main Street. Officials say the town of 689 people needs more space.
I think it's going to benefit the borough in the long run by giving us a much more adequate building to work out of, a lot more room. It'll give us a meeting room that we don't have at this time.
Dew Shore paid $30,000 for the building and plans to put in another $20,000 to fix it up.
And if you head to Sullivan County this weekend, you'll find some big goings-on. The borough of Dew Shore is celebrating Founders Day. Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine went there today to check it out.
The Dew Shore Fire Company's annual chicken barbecue. You can't miss it. It's right in front of Sullivan County's only 24-hour-a-day convenient mart. The firefighters here are cooking up 1,000 halves of chicken for the weekend. Lee Neller says it just wouldn't be Founders Day without it.
Well, people come along and they talk, and we just have a good time working and talking about what it amounts to.
And raising some money, too?
Raising some money, yeah.
Firefighters plan to save the money they make here and put it towards a new pumper, $96,000 worth. Fundraising seems to be one of the main themes of Founders Day here in Dew Shore. The money made off many of these quilts will be used to help organizations like church groups. This is the first year Evelyn Yonkin has helped put together a quilt show, although she admits she's been making patchwork quilts for years.
I have been quilting since I was 12 years old. My great-grandmother taught me to quilt. And she taught me how to put the pieces together and the colors.
Some of Evelyn Yonkin's quilts will be on display here, so will nearly a dozen others. And if you're interested in buying one, they range in price from $300 to $600. The folks who sponsor the Founders Day festivities expect to attract several thousand people before the weekend is over. If you've never been to Dew Shore before, they say you can't miss it. Just look for the only town with a traffic light in Sullivan County. Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16, Dew Shore.
And next, meteorologist Brian Orzel in for Tom Clark.
And my question, Brian, should we water the grass tonight or not?
I don't think it's necessary. You're telling me, Nolan, you wanted to mow your lawn this evening. That's a good idea. I don't think the showers will come until after midnight tonight. I'll return to the backyard to tell you how much rain we're going to see this weekend on the Backyard Weather Watch. You're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV, and we're proud to serve Dew Shore and all of Sullivan County.
Owners of apartment buildings and office complexes should let Rexperience work for them. Rex Plumbing and Heating is America's #1 installer of Weil-McLean gas boilers. Weil-McLean gas boilers are 87% energy efficient. Installing a gas boiler from Weil-McLean in each unit eliminates the owner's heating bill and allows each tenant to control his own energy costs. Happy tenants make for happy owners. Let Rexperience work for you. Call Rex Plumbing and Heating in Kingston today.
McDonald's presents the most wanted mug in America.
Who could resist a mug like this?
4 colorful Garfield mugs, a different one each week for a special price with any McDonald's food purchase. Garfield?
Just getting my mug ready for my public.
This summer, McDonald's is serving up 4 Garfield mugs.
Summertime, serve it up, summertime.
It's the most wanted mug in America.
At McDonald's.
Garfield mugs, just 75 cents each with any McDonald's food purchase.
I'm sure people have their fingers crossed if only tomorrow could be like it was or is today. Brian?
Unfortunately, Nolan, Murphy's Law comes into play here. It'll rain at the worst possible time, and it's going to rain over the weekend. We had 5 nice days this week, but I think the showers are going to occur at least part of the weekend. Tomato harvest is in full swing in the Orzel backyard. The tomatoes are a little bit smaller this year than we see most years because rainfall has been deficient so far in the month of August. For the first 3 weeks of August, we are nearly 1.5 inches below normal here in the backyard. No rain at Oliphant right now. Dustin Goldstein tells me 87 degrees, sunshine, and a few patchy high clouds at his place. Frank Lentz in Whitehall reports in with 88 degrees in sunshine, and Lillian Davey in Blanchard says it's clouding up and 84 degrees. And here's a view from Skycam 16, high above Sullivan County, courtesy of Gail Smallwood and Jack Ruland. 80 the temperature in the backyard. Relative humidity is 39%. Winds are out of the southwest at 10 miles per hour, and the barometer 30.17 and falling. We made it up to 82 degrees this afternoon, 51 the cool low this morning. That is the lowest temperature we've seen so far in the month of August, but well short of the record back in 1908 of 43 degrees, cool and rainy 1 year ago. Coming up is the U.S. satellite picture. A patch of clouds not far to our west. There are some showers and thunderstorms occurring about 300 miles west of here. More showers and thunderstorms over the northern Midwest. We're going to have to deal with 2 fronts over the next day or so, and you can see why I'm forecasting showers. This warm front will come through late tonight. This cool front will arrive later on tomorrow afternoon. Behind this warm front, 96 degrees at Springfield, Illinois. But I don't think the hot weather is going to make it here anytime soon. Zooming in on our neck of the woods, just some patchy high clouds over northeastern and central Pennsylvania, not producing any rain. Low clouds over western Pennsylvania and eastern Ohio, some scattered showers and thunderstorms, big storms over the northern Midwest. And you can see where it's raining on the northeastern composite radar, just some light showers over eastern Ohio, moving from west to east. They'll get here later on tonight. Big storms along that cold front over Minnesota. And switching next to Skywatch 16, there is no rain within 200 miles. Those showers in Ohio are not in our radar scan yet. But lo and behold, by 11 o'clock, I think we may have something to show you. Now, some major weather changes are going to take place early next week. Here's why. The jet stream is going to be shifting. A big, cool pool of air is going to be moving from central to eastern Canada. That will force the jet stream southward. And I think we'll get into a northwest wind flow, which will usher in much cooler air. Temperatures both Sunday and Monday will only be in the 70s by day and near 50 at night. A taste of autumn. Tonight, a shower later. It will be clouding up this evening. The showers will move in from west to east, but not everybody is going to get rained on. If you have any plans this evening, I don't think you'll get washed out. 62 at Dew Shore, 65 at Pleasant Corners. And I do not think you'll see the sunrise tomorrow morning, which will take place coming up at 6:19. Sundown in the evening is getting earlier, 7:53. Weather Watch forecast, increasing clouds this evening, chance of a shower after midnight, low 64. Showers and thunderstorms are likely just about any time tomorrow. Warm and humid, high temperature close to 80. Some clouds early Sunday morning, but a nice afternoon, partly sunny, 77 degrees. Pleasant and sunny Monday and Tuesday. Karen and Nolan break out the sweaters at night. Temperatures may get down to the 40s early next week.
No indication on how much rain we'll get in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Well, Nolan, I think most places will see less than a half an inch. So it'll put a dent in the drought, but won't end it.
All right. Thanks, Brian.
I smell fall in the air with those 70s. Tim Carlson is next with the Sports Watch. Tonight, a major trade in Major League Baseball.
Plus, back to the New York Jets training camp for another exclusive Newswatch 16 Sports Watch report.
Whether you're building or remodeling, shop Mariotti Lumber in Old Forge. Right now, save on energy-efficient benchmark entrance doors and side lights. Stained glass or deep embossed designs in hundreds of styles. Save, too, on world-famous roof windows from Roto. Let in more light with fixed or ventilating windows in 8 sizes. And storage problems with sliding attic ladders. On sale, too. For home products from Roto and Benchmark, buy where the builders buy. Mariotti Lumber Company, Old Forge.
Celebrating a tradition of family savings on our 30th anniversary.
Over the years, Hills has dressed a lot of families in sweaters. For a very good reason, of course, because Hills is a store that's different from other stores. Hills makes it a point to have one of the biggest selections of sweaters anywhere. And Hills makes sure the prices on this gigantic selection of sweaters are low, day in and day out.
Well, the weather's going to get cooler, so let's talk football.
Just a couple of weeks away, and the boys will be throwing... In fact, we have a game on Monday night, don't we?
Yeah, that's right.
Your favorite spot, right, Karen? More pro football talk coming out of the New York Jets training camp today in Uniondale, Long Island, New York. Sports Watch 16's Albie Oxenreiter has another exclusive report for us, and this time he takes us behind the offensive line to check out the backfield.
A good running game is important to any football team, but for the most part, the halfback position has been the New York Jets' only running threat. And again this year, a lot of the responsibility will fall on the shoulders of Freeman McNeil.
I feel pretty good. I've had some problems with the field out here, but other than that, I think with a little bit more work, everything will fall into place for me.
But for things to fall into place for McNeil, he has to stay healthy. Last year, he missed 4 games with a bad elbow. Johnny Hector did a great job filling in, and fullback Tony Page was used primarily as a blocker. So the Jets really only had one running threat. This year, Page is a preseason holdout, which gives rookie fullback Roger Vick a golden opportunity.
With Roger Vick and Freeman McNeil in the same backfield, the Jets finally have a two-dimensional offense. For a long time, McNeil was the Jets' only threat. But Vick, the #1 choice, has changed that.
We've tried Johnny Hector some at fullback, and we will again this year, but both Johnny and Freeman are basically halfbacks, so it does give us a little versatility if we have a big back that can run.
When Page comes back, comes into camp, that, you know, he's #1 fullback, and you know, he can help me out, you know, with some of the questions that need to be answered.
There's no doubt that he's going to be a great player, and with time, I think we have to temper what we want him to accomplish this year, because he's thrown in the middle of things. We have a fairly sophisticated offense, which is going to take him a while to feel comfortable with.
Becoming comfortable with the new system is tough for any rookie, but how quickly Vick learns the Jets system might be the key this year, especially if Page remains a holdout.
He's going to be a great additive to this team, and I feel that he's really going to do a great job.
After a strong start last year, the clouds set in for the New York Jets, but a healthy backfield in 1987 could help the sun break through again, which could put the Jet stream back in motion. Albie Oxenreiter, Sports Watch 16, with the Jets in Uniondale, New York.
Ah, what a poet. We'll wrap up our exclusive training camp reports Monday on the 6 o'clock Sports Watch with one more trip to the Jets facility. Well, there's been a big-time trade in baseball between the Pirates and Giants today involving an elder statesman from one team dealt for a couple of youngsters from the other. 38-year-old right-hand pitcher Rick Russell was traded by the Pirates to the Giants for reliever Jeff Robinson and minor league pitcher Scott Medvin. So the Giants win the sweepstakes for Russell, a pitcher sought by many teams this year in trade talks. This season he's 8-6 with a 2.75 earned run average in 25 starts. He's second in the National League in earned run average. Robinson was 6-3 with 8 saves and a 2.79 earned run average for the Giants this year. Some baseball this afternoon. Now let's check out the scoreboard. First of all, in the game involving the team in first and last place in the American League East, the first place Tigers are trailing the last place Cleveland Indians in the second inning by a score of 4-0. In the National League, Los Angeles leads the Phils 1-0 in the second. That's the first of a doubleheader. And out in Chicago this afternoon, Andre Dawson with home runs number 39 and 40 as the Cubs lead the Astros 6-4. Well, I want to remind you about the possibility of WNEP-TV becoming the first local television station to telecast a Little League World Series game. That will happen next Wednesday at 5 p.m. and Thursday at 2 p.m. if the Montoursville Little League team can win tomorrow's Eastern Regional Championship game in Bristol, Connecticut. That's right, Channel 16 will telecast Montoursville in every Little League World Series game live. And, of course, we'll be in Bristol, Connecticut tomorrow to see if the kids can make it to the World Series as they try to win the Eastern Regionals. And, of course, we say good luck, and I'll be there tomorrow in Bristol to bring back to the story about their win. Oh,
they're going to win. Yeah.
That's the way to think. All right, see you later.
Thanks, Tim.
And when Newswatch 16 continues, gathering to celebrate our favorite harvest of summer.
Pittston's Tomato Festival is underway, and we'll take you there live next.
Cooking out or eating in, table right meat should be your first choice for quality, freshness, and great taste. Catch the wave of savings with a great taste of Coca-Cola. 2-liter bottle, 99 cents. Or treat your dog to the goodness of Alto dog food. 5 14-ounce cans, $1.99. And keep your savings rolling with Northern bathroom tissue. 4-roll pack, 89 cents.
Think IPA today, 'cause we're thinking of you.
Starting Saturday, you're going to save on Lee jeans during our back-to-school circular sale at James Way. Lee jeans for men, boys and girls, juniors and misses are all on sale for only $10 to $23. Remember, every Lee denim jean in stock is on sale, including stone-washed and new ice blue.
We care about you. James Way.
The Florida Everglades and Old Milwaukee both mean something great to these guys. The Everglades means airboating, as close as you can get to flying without leaving the ground. And Old Milwaukee means a great beer. Cold, crisp Old Milwaukee beer. And smooth, golden Old Milwaukee Light.
There's nothing like the flavor of a special place than Old Milwaukee beer.
Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light.
Hey, guys, it doesn't get any better than this. Finally tonight, Newswatch 16 makes another investigative attempt at uncovering why Pittston area people say the best tomatoes in the whole world are grown along the Susquehanna from Tunkhannock down to Pittston.
We sent Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini to find out more about the Pittston Tomato and the Tomato Festival, and he's live there now. What did you uncover, Bob?
Well, Karen, we decided to come right to the source, a local tomato farmer. Can I have your name first off?
Sigorsky. Mr. Sigorsky. Bernie Sigorsky.
All right, Mr. Sigorsky, why are the area's tomatoes so much better, apparently, than other tomatoes? Why do they grow so well here?
Well, I would say the soil has a lot to do with it. The type of soil we have here.
What is in the soil?
Well, like a clay loam that holds the water more steady. It doesn't drain out as fast as some sandy soil would.
And they grow up as big as they do right now. Thank you very much. We're going to go down to the next stand here. If we could excuse me for a second. We're going to go down to the next stand. You can see plenty of tomatoes here at the Tomato Festival, locally grown. And here's another tomato salesman along with other produce as well. This is a pretty big tomato, and the tomatoes we've seen here so far are pretty big. The area is noted for that, or what? Are they the biggest in the country, or what?
Well, Bob, I think on average they are. It's the nutrients in the soil that grow them so big, and the taste is excellent.
Is the taste better?
Yes, it is.
The taste is better.
Yes.
You believe so?
Better
than any place else. Great.
I think so.
All righty. Well, that's what they are celebrating here at the Pittston Tomato Festival, which will run through Sunday with lots of food. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16 live with the Instacam in Pittston. Nolan, Karen?
Pass the salt.
Looks good.
That's Newswatch 16 for Friday.
Be sure to join us tonight at 11 when we'll find out whatever happened to that so-called haunted house in West Pittston.
World News Tonight is next. For the team, thank you for joining us.
Enjoy your evening.